Hi everyone, this is Christina with Getting Crafty Online Classes, and today I'm going to show you how to make the little witchy box that I made for the Friday challenge. You're going to need an 8.5 by 11 sheet of basic black cardstock. You're going to want to put it long ways the first time, and you're going to want to score using the small end, You're going to want to score at 2. And then I always just flip it around and score it 2 again. Okay? Then turn it sideways. You're going to want to score at 4. And again at 7. Okay? And then you are done with the Simply Scored, which makes things a whole lot easier, believe me. Then you are going to want to go ahead and cut in the middle one this way, and then just straight across. Okay? Do that on both sides of the middle section. And then again on the other side. There we go. Okay. So go ahead and cut those off. And then you want to go ahead and take your sticky strip. Well, actually go ahead and fold your score lines first. Okay. And then go ahead and take your sticky strip and put a small bit of sticky strip right here on the inside, on the outside of these two, of the middle sections. Okay, and then go ahead and put one, go ahead and put one on the insides of this top one here. Okay. Had to think about that one for a minute. Sometimes it's hard to remember what you did the first time. So go ahead and take this piece off and take this one off of this side. Go ahead and put this one up first. Okay, and then put this one up second. Okay, and then go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Take the two pieces off, and the only reason I put mine together on one side and then took the two pieces apart on the other side is because I always have the best luck at getting things stuck before they're supposed to stick. So I always like to play it the safe way and just wait. And this just does not want to come off of me. There we go. Okay. And there is your box for your little witchy poo. Okay. The next thing you want to do is to make her legs. And I did that just by using some buttons. You can use any color buttons you want. I used the pumpkin pie buttons, and I also used the perfect plum buttons from the button collections. Okay, and the way I did that is I wanted my legs to kind of dangle a little bit. So I just took some of the baker's twine that I had because I knew that would be a little bit stronger than regular old thread. And you can use a needle when you're doing this, but the way I did it is I just stuck it in one hole and brought it down, and you just go ahead and stick it in just one side until you have on all the buttons that you want. You can make her legs as long as you want, as short as you want, whatever you have in mind. I wanted to make her legs orange and black, like the traditional kind of a witchy poo that you see, but no black. So I went ahead and used purple and orange, which is just as darn cute anyways with what I did with it. So I'm going ahead and I'm actually putting 6 of the Perfect Plum buttons on. And to be honest, I don't even remember how many of the orange buttons I put on. So I will have to count them when we're all done with this. And you may have to cut the end off a couple of times or something, because the end does tend to fray. Or just get it wet a little bit so that it'll go through. Like I just wet my fingers and twist it around because I can't stand the feel of the fabric in my mouth. It's kind of gross. So let's see how many orange buttons we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pumpkin pie, and we have 6 of the Perfect Plum. Okay, now this is the part where you're going to hate me. Now you get to go through the other holes and put the string through. Now, if you don't want her legs to be dangly or anything like that, you could always just glue her legs, the buttons, together with like a hot glue gun. Yes, the hot glue gun. And yes, we get to use it again this time too. You guys are going to be sick of hot glue guns by the time we're done here. Either that or you're just going to be sick of me using one. So you go ahead and you pull this all the way through. And I'm going to cut that off because that's just starting to fray a little bit too much for me, and it's not going through. And you can even, if you are like just awesome at doing this kind of stuff, which I'm going to see if I am right now, it doesn't look as if I am, you can try to do like 2 or 3 of these at a time if you can. Or if you have fingers like mine that don't work and you shake all the time because you're doing this in front of a camera. What's really funny is I'm in here doing these videos for y'all, and my husband will afterwards ask me, he's like, "Who were you talking to?" And I'm like, "Nobody." He goes, "You weren't on the phone?" And I'm like, "No." And so he thinks I've absolutely lost my mind because he forgets that I'm in here doing these videos for y'all, and I'm sitting here completely talking to myself. So he thinks I'm nuts. Which, the way I hold a conversation with you guys while I'm doing this, I kind of think I'm nuts too sometimes. So, there we go. Only 2 more to go, and you know these 2 are going to take forever because I only have 2 more to go. Okay, so there. Now you have them all done. They look like, what are those called? Lifesavers. I haven't had those in forever and a day. But now they look like lifesavers. And you want to just go ahead and tie the top. Now I'm tying the top about 1 inch up to give me room to stick this on the bottom of the box so that the little legs can dangle. Okay? So, there we go. Okay, get rid of those buttons. And that's all nice and tied. Go ahead and cut this off. because we don't need that extra string on there. Now the shoe. We all know that witches have to have pointy shoes. So I went ahead and cut this piece of basic black cardstock from using my ornament punch. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my 1-inch circle punch, or actually I'm going to go ahead and put my scissors flush with this part here, okay, and I'm just going to cut straight across, okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut, see where that is, and I'm going to cut a 1-inch circle right in there, okay. And then I'll go ahead and, whoops, then I will go ahead and round this up a little bit, and I'm going to cut this off a little bit more to look like a shoe, okay. Okay, and then this right here, we don't really need that much, so just a little bit, see, just maybe an 1/8 of an inch. Go ahead and fold it down, so now it looks like a little witchy shoe, okay, there we go. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of hot glue on here with my hot glue gun, or maybe I should say a lot of glue, if I can get it to go out. There we go. And then on the bottom of the buttons, I'm going to squish them all together, and right where that fabric is at, that is where I'm going to put my shoe, okay. And you can squish it down, it'll stand back up when you're done pushing on it, see. Okay, so we have a little witchy shoe. Now I've already done one, so I don't have to torture both of you with doing two. So this one is already put on, okay? And the way that I put this on was I cut out a piece of basic black cardstock with my 1-inch punch to make sure that it would blend into the bottom, because I didn't want anything, you know, crazy and outlandish into the bottom. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the hot glue gun again. Okay, and yes, I put a great big old huge glob on there. And just go ahead and lay where you put your knot at. Go ahead and lay your knot in the middle. Don't touch the glue. I've already done it. Y'all know me. And then just lay the box on the top and push down from inside the box. Okay? And you have your two little witchy poo legs. Okay? Aren't those cute? I love them. So, that's how you do the little legs. Now, I'm going to show you another part, which is using the Trick or Treat letterpress plate on your Big Shot. The only reason I'm not going to show you in the video is because my plate is out on loan. So, what you do is you take the plate itself, and I don't have black craft ink. So I went ahead and I used my Stays-On pad and just made sure it was really juicy. And I put the Stays-On pad on there and then put the paper down and ran it through the Big Shot. Okay? And it came out just fine. Just make sure that you clean yours right away. So I went ahead and trimmed it down. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on with a lot of snail because I want mine to stay. So, and I'm going to go ahead and line this up to where the Trick or Treat part goes just right up to the top. Okay? And I just realized I say you know and K a lot. So you'll have to forgive me and I will try to get it under control. K. Sorry. So go ahead and put that on there. And then I am also going to be putting on some rich raspberry ribbon. And I'm going to put on some of the scalloped dotted ribbon. And I'm also going to be putting on, and I know this is retired, but you can always use wild wasabi as well. That's a really beautiful green too. I just don't have any at this very moment because I already used it all. So I'm going to be using those 3 ribbons. And I'm going to go ahead and use some sticky strip, if I can find the end. So I'm going to go ahead and put mine starting on the side. I'm just going to go around the front and then around to the other side. I'm not going to do it on the back because who really looks at the back of anything? I don't know anybody who looks at the back of anything. Well, except for demonstrators because we dissect everything. And then I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Maybe. There we go. Just go ahead and take it off, but I'm not going to take it off on this side. That way I can lay it on its side without sticking to my paper. How many of us do that and stuff sticks to our paper anyway? So I'm going to go ahead and just do this as a ruffle. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this ribbon on, the striped Old Olive, but remember you can always use the wild wasabi. It'll still look just as gorgeous. I love that color. So go ahead and just ruffle that on and just do it at the top so it looks like a little skirt. Okay, and now that you've gotten to the end, just like before, go ahead and trim that off. Okay. And then go ahead and go back with your sticky strip again, or actually, okay, and then go ahead with your hot glue gun, because sticky strip just is not going to work the same for this. Let me see if I can get this to come out a little bit better. Just go ahead and put a thin line right across, right there. Now you want it to dry for a minute because if you push down with the ribbon, you are going to burn your fingers. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and put it over the top. See, it's already starting to come out on the sides for me, so I'm going to have to, you don't have to push real hard, but push hard enough to where it's going to stick. And that way it kind of looks like it's sewn or it's supposed to be there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it on its side, or on its back I should say. Go ahead and put some more hot glue. Because you know sticky strip just would not make this thing sit down, and eventually it would come apart. So go ahead and push this down. Okay. And it's not oozing out or anything like that because I just put a small little bit. But you still want to push it down to make sure that it's going to stick for a moment. There you go. And then go ahead and just trim this off. And trim off the other side. And there's the front of it. There's the little dress. Okay. But what I'm going to do what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to put some bling on her. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and put this across the top. So, oh, the tape. Can you tell it's the end of my roll? And I really like this ribbon because I have the tape stuck on me. So go ahead and take the sticky strip once again, and I'm going to go ahead and put it around the side. Okay, go ahead and cut that off. And then go ahead and take the sticky strip off. And then I'm going to go ahead, and you noticed I took it all the way off, so I can't lay it down. Go ahead and put that around. The top. Cut off my little scraps now. Okay, and then I'm going to put some bling just right across the top. So I will go ahead and fast forward so that y'all don't have to sit there and watch me do this, and you can see the end product. Okay? So there we go. There is my project for the Friday little challenge that we had. I can't wait to see what all of you have decided to come up with and do, and I think it'll be fantastic. See all your creations later. Bye-bye.